So about a week ago, I made an announcement for hitting 2k subscribers that I'd be doing a Q&A. And now that I have a truckload of interesting questions that are enough to stomp me and pile me into a puddle of human, it's safe to say I can start this video. I'm not going to stall for long, but if you guys want to see more Q&As, I'd appreciate if you liked and subscribed to get the message around that, hey, you'd love to see more Q&As. And lastly, if your question does not appear, I'm sorry, I had to go through lots. So I likely missed some. Don't worry though, because I'll likely do more in the future, for more subscriber milestones. Anyways, I think it's time we start the Q&A. So, without further ado, let's get into this. First, I bet it's going to be boring just seeing a plain screen with me. So, boom! Background footage of my pillar chase gameplay. Secondly, I'm doing it again! Yeah, for this video my avatar PNG has changed. Again! Go subscribe to this little goober for making it. These new PNGs are way better and more expressive and more over-exaggerated than the ones I made. And I'm definitely going to be using these ones from now on. Anyways, let's start with the questions. If you don't know how this is going to go, it's going to be the YouTube questions first and then Discord. So let's get into it. First question is from Preston the Fox. Okay, I'm going to expect a lot of questions on this type of topic, but screw it. What was your favourite part of making Camp Pineview? Not gonna lie, I enjoyed making the map a lot. However, my favourite parts, when it came to building, had to be either the extra cabin or the dock area.
Hi Kevin, quick question. My name is King! How did you find out about Baldi's Basics for Pillar Chase 2?
I first found out about Baldi's Basics when it blew up back in 2018. The game just had a charming vibe to it that I liked, and the community's fan games and mods only got me more attached to it. And especially when Classic Remastered and Plus came out, I got back into it. As for Pillar Chase 2, my friend Jinx showed me the game around September. Or early August. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I did not like the game at first, but after playing the game a little bit more and understanding how it worked, I ended up loving the game.
Also, what brand are your paper towels?
I am legally not allowed to disclose this information. Here are some random questions. 1. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. 2. How did you get into Baldi's Basics? I liked it back in 2018 and grew attached as the franchise started expanding more, including community mods. 3.
How are you so peak?
Stop. What are your current coordinates and locations right now? Simple. I'm completely off the axis. Are you making future maps for Pillar Chase 2? I can't go into specifics for obvious reasons, but I have a couple of tasks assigned, and I can't wait to do them. How do you feel about collaborating with other YouTubers? Honestly, I'm super down for them. Heck, I did one with my friend Jinx recently. Say, Dread Ducky, I don't suppose you want to do a collab too, huh? How did you feel when you were hired by Blade? The whole situation felt really surreal. Being someone who loved the game and seeing the owner want to hire them really hit me in the best way possible. Being introduced to the dev team as well was an unforgettable experience. Heck, I'm still grateful Blade even hired me in the first place. I just wonder what happened if I never made that video.
Question. What if you were kidnapped, Blade Ninja, and forced to buff Neil and he calls.
What is your favourite map in Pillar Chase? I do not want to be biased and say Camp Pineview just because I made it. Even though I like the map apart from that, I do admit I could have improved on it. I'd have to say my favourite is either the Ward or Baldi's Schoolhouse. The Ward is pretty tight, sure, but there's a lot of open routes which can cause a good balance for the monsters and survivors to lose each other. And Baldi's Schoolhouse is really fun to play too. Except when you're going against Inkfell. Will you continue to work on Pillar Chase 2, or is this a one-time thing? From the looks of things, it's pretty safe to say that I'll be continuing my work, which I'm excited for. What map in Pillar Chase 2 would you like to remake the most? At first I would have said Pillars, but it did get remade recently, and all the stuff in the remake are the exact same ideas that I had. So instead, I think it'd be cool to remake Pillar Drainage System, mainly because everyone has begged me to do it, and it would be fun to remake. Also, keep in mind that just because I said I'd like to remake it doesn't mean that I'm leaking anything, because this is not official. Will you start making content on other games or only Pillar Chase 2? I'll definitely make content on other stuff. I really want to make some on Pillar Chase 2 similar games, but I need to wait for those to release, and some to update. Obviously, I'll do my share of Baldi videos every now and then too. Do you change colour by season? Yes, I do. I turn white and red on the winter, orange on the spooky month, I grow an egg on my head for Easter, and I turn green on St. Patrick's Day. I'm a chameleon. What upcoming monster are you excited for? Honestly, I'm excited for lots of them, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably have to say Tricky, because I wonder how he's gonna be pulled off. If there's ones that we know more about though, I'd probably have to say either AO1 or Suitmations. If you could ask the devs to consider a horror character of choice, who would it be? This is probably definitely a form of bias, but I'd love to see some sort of piggy character in Pillar Chase. Maybe Distorted T.O. If you could bring any deconfirmed character back, who would it be? There's a few that I wish I could be added. The main two that I wish would be Siren Head and Margin Sonic. Who inspired you to start YouTube? The story of this YouTuber is kinda sad, but I used to love watching popular MMOs as Minecraft content. That inspired me to become one, and I never went through with it until 2019 though, where back then my channel was just Kian MC Minecraft. However, after the rebrand and stuff, I'm now here. And lastly, for the YouTube's questions, are you still going to make stuff for the game, and how did I learn cool maps? For the first question, I currently have a task assigned, not being specific. Second one, my building improved after me trying to work on many Piggy fan games until I eventually got better at building, especially because the styles in Piggy go from simple to advanced, so I kinda led along the way of that. Well, those were most of the questions from the YouTube segment. I tried picking some that weren't the same as others, and ones that weren't just bad. Anyways, it's time for the Discord questions. What was your first video on YouTube ever? Honestly, I vaguely remember it. It was back then when I was a Minecraft YouTuber with 10 subs. I'm pretty sure the video was just 20 minutes of me playing Bedrock Edition on the servers. Why did you pick the name DaRealKian? Honestly, it's a Twitter thing. I saw lots of people go by the name DaRealBlank, so I decided to do that. I would have named myself something else better, but I honestly have no ideas. What future plans do you have for your channel, and what aspirations do you want to achieve? Thanks for the question, Jinx. And also, for my channel, I really want to branch it out and hit big sub goals, and I want to make my own games and maybe a franchise. That'd be awesome. Is it fun working on Pillar Chase 2? Yeah, it is. How do you feel about the good and bad side of the community? Okay, this one is really interesting. The good side of the Pillar Chase 2 community is awesome. Like, everyone who's on the good side of the community are really chill. However, the bad side of the community, always the most awful, hateful, ungrateful crap I've ever seen. What is your favourite upcoming Pillar Chase 2 fan game? This may be generic, but I'm stoked for Devil's Dawn. I'm also excited for sonic.exe Outcome Memories, even though that one's mainly based on the disaster. Besides Roblox, what other games do you play? I don't really play much games other than Roblox, but I'd mostly have to say either Fortnite or Baldi's Basics Plus. And what is your favourite movie? It's a tough one, but it's between Wreck-It Ralph and Sonic 3. Those movies are 10 out of 10 masterpieces. Okay, I see where this is going. I'm gonna be honest, I play Pillar Chase 2 and I have more fun with it. But you can like whatever you want. If you like Forsaken, good for you. If you like Pillar Chase, good for you. And if you hate both of them and you like EXE the Disaster more, good for you. By the way, rest in peace Sonic.exe the Disaster. I know this is likely a temporary takedown, but you'll be missed. When was the first time you heard about Baldi's Basics? 2018. Will you contribute more to Pillar Chase 2? Honestly, I enjoyed working for Pillar Chase 2, making campaign view that I'd love to do more. And like I said, I can't be specific, but I do have some tasks planned ahead of me. And lastly, what is my favourite Pillar Chase skin? Honestly, there's lots of amazing skins, but however, one of the more recent skins has caught my attention. That would be the Consumed Stricken skin. Just look at this thing, it looks awesome. Anyway, anyways, that's it for the Q&A. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I have no clue how long this video is going to be, but I'm willing to bet it's probably either mid-big or mid-small. Also, if your question didn't get in, sorry, and don't worry because I'll definitely make more Q&As in the future. Anyways, I think I'm going to end things off here for today. So, thanks for watching and peace!